Now, please move on to some activities you can use to teach spoken interaction. Here, I will introduce to you 4 activities that are easy to prepare and conduct and helpful in teaching conversations and dialogues. They are listening activities, talent scouts, road racing, and snowball game. First, let's talk about some suggested listening activities. Please note that the main focus is not on listening skill, but on listening comprehension. What I mean is that the following activities are aimed at helping students to remember the content and context of the conversations. The first listening activity is gap filling. As you can see on the slide, we can design the gap filling exercise in 2 different levels, 1 word, which is easier, and then 2 words, which is more difficult. As for the sequence of activities, first, you may need to play the recording and have students look at the textbook and listen first. And then, after they have some basic understanding of the context, you can prepare this exercise on the handout and set it as individual or pair or even group practice. You may want to know what words should be blanked. As you can see in that first exercise, 1-word version, all the blanks require past tense verbs. In the second exercise, 2 or 3-word version, the blanks require some expressions that are important to understand the context of the conversation. So, the key in designing this type of exercise is to decide which word or words you need the students to get to know or even remember, and put them in the blanks. The next suggested activity is true-false questions. In this suggested exercise, you base on the content of the conversation to design 3 to 4 statements, and the students have to decide whether each of them is true or false. This exercise would help the students to understand and remember the context of the conversation. The last suggested listening exercise is called matching. In this activity, you list all the questions in one column and all the answers in another column. And the students need to match the questions and the answers together based on the content of the conversation. This exercise would help the students to, again, understand and then remember the content of the conversation. Now, depending on the level of the students and the limit of time you have for the lesson, please be selective to choose 1 or 2 or all 3 listening activities as suggested above. The final suggested activity to teach spoken interaction is snowball game. The sample lesson is taken from Tiếng Anh 4, Unit 8, Lesson 1, page 52. In this activity, the students are expected to revise the question, "What subjects do you have today?" and the answer, "I have blah blah blah," and names of some subjects. Now, please take a look at the suggested classroom procedure for this activity. Please read it in 2 to 3 minutes.